Baltimore here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on a warm night here in Baltimore, and it is warm. It is a scorcher today. Don't know where you are, but we are here in Baltimore City. It is hot. Now, if you recall, back when Zelensky visited the White House, they got all upset with him because he said not wearing a uniform was not dignified, not having a suit. But now they're having a UFC fight there tomorrow. Okay, that's not good. But that's not why we're here. Why we're here is I want everybody to listen to this. Something happened. It happened a couple of weeks ago. They took a sledgehammer to a lot of federal jobs, and that affects a lot of people around here. On June 3rd, it was Wednesday, Trump signed an order that turns 8,000 senior federal workers into at-will employees. That means that they can all get fired tomorrow. No explanation, no appeals, nothing, nada. I guess that's nothing. And these not to put down janitors because janitors do important work, but these aren't janitors. These are high-level people who run the government. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that about the janitors. Janitors run the government too. These just aren't janitors. It's janitors. These are the people who do the nuts and bolts work of running the federal government. Why is this wrong? Why is this bad? Well, here, let's go over the facts of what happened. It was June 3rd, 2026. President Donald J. Trump signed an executive order creating a new category called Scheduled Policy Career. It reclassified about 8,000 high-level government workers, the top experts, so they lose all their job protections. Now they can be fired a lot easier. They're calling it now accountability. What it really means is agree, well, you go. Now, what would a MAGA say about this? What would a MAGA supporter say? Let's give the other side. They would say these bureaucrats have been ignoring the president of the United States, slow walking policy and leaking things to the press. Trump was elected to do what the people want him to do, or what he wants. What the people want him to want to do. And this just makes sure that those federal workers are working for him. And so they're accountable to his policy and his decision making. But now let's go to the real problem for regular people. Once again, I didn't mean anything about janitors. Janitors do a lot more work than I ever do. But these are like people in high-level technical jobs. All right. The real problem is these are the experts. And there's the ones with high-tech, high-degree jobs, high-qualified jobs, a lot of experience, a lot of ability. And really, they aren't really politically one way or another, or they're not ignoring policy when they're doing their work. So loyalty then becomes more important than knowledge or ability. So it's like back to the spoil system, which is something that's been going on. You get a lot of yes men nodding their head while the whole country falls apart, as we are seeing. They ain't draining the swamp with this kind of stuff. They're just taking out high-level, competent people and replacing them with MAGA cultists who are highly incompetent. And come on, look at the people they have in the positions that we know about. Eggs Breath, Patel, what was her name? Nome, whatever, Christy Nome. J.D. Vance was an elected official, but come on. That Todd Blanche is the Attorney General. Are you kidding me? Okay. So we have to do something about it. Share this video with someone you know who works for the government. Send it to them. You probably know somebody who works for the government and might be one of these people who are paying this price. And find out what they're thinking and get a comment back here. That would be greatly appreciated. We'd like to hear our comments. Now at the bottom, you see scrolling across the way is that Donald Trump has 951 days until the presidency ends for him. When it'll end, there's nothing you can do about it. You got to go out and vote. That's the other thing. Early voting, I believe, starts this week. So you got to get out there and vote here in Maryland. And then if you can, volunteer to help people, help campaigns up north or down south, in Pennsylvania or in Virginia. To get people to the polls and to get people voting. And of course, as always, go to Act Blue. That's what I do, and contribute. I've contributed to Ossoff and the Vindman brothers. Vindman Square, they call it. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. I don't know if there's anything else. Let us check the Orioles and their standing before we sign off here. Hold on now. Let's see what the Orioles are doing or not doing. Okay, the Orioles lost today 9-3 to the Padres here in Baltimore. But they are 34-38, which means that they might still have a chance. They can get on any kind of streak to be 500 at the All-Star break. That would be awesome. Okay, everybody. That is all. Leave your comments below after you can put in a comment now if you like, but when this is done, put your comments. See, you got here, comments. Nobody's comment. Nobody has a comment. Well, if you think of one after the program, would you be so kind as to send it? Also, like and subscribe. You probably won't, but you know you should. That's what discipline is. Damn it. Doing what you know you should, but you don't feel like doing. And share this baby around. We need to get some views up on this. So we're trying not to do a take that everybody else is dealing with, everybody else is talking about. The corruption, the horrible war, the disgrace with what's going on at the White House tomorrow. But we took a different tact. We picked something else. And probably nobody will care. But that's the problem. Nobody cares. No, everybody cares. So keep fighting, Baltimore and the rest of the world. Anti-MAGA. And as always, we will always say F MAGA. And we will try to have a show tomorrow to make up for whatever this monstrosity was today. All right, then. Let's see what we got. We're gonna have an outro. Where's our outro? All right, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the night and be well. All right. Outro. Outro.
Big Rooster.
End stream. End stream.
Big Rooster.